Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, and well. And so this morning I want to do something just a little bit different. I attend each and every morning. Some people say, jump right in. And it can be pretty heavy. It's pretty intense. It's pretty deep. And this is a deep message, but it's a very, very beautiful and light presentation of a deep message. And it comes from the end of the movie, The World's Greatest Showman, with the idea and the life of P.T. Barnum, who was an incredible human being, had many ups and downs, incredible demonstration of grit and persistence and mission and vision. And yes, he didn't always go about it the way that some would say, oh, he was perfect along the way. Who is? But his evolution of perfection of spirit was absolute, and there is no question. And at the very end of this movie, there's something that he shares that I think is it's a message that touches the depth of our being, I think, in this time that we're living in. He said, unless a man enters into the vocation intended for him by nature, suited to his particular genius, she will never succeed to the depth of true success. Unless a person enters into the vocation intended for them by nature, suited to their particular genius, they cannot and will not fully succeed. That speaks to the whole idea about how we have to really fully honor what our truth is. Get very, very clear about the authenticity of our gifts, our talents, our joy, the things that make us come alive, and then fully give ourselves to it. And it requires a lot of courage, discernment, discipline, and a level of sometimes almost a delusional optimism, right? That your thing, that your sacred sauce inside of you is somehow the thing that you have been chosen to do when you took your first breath, the vow you took when you landed here, when you came here, when you began your experience of walking this path here on earth. And at the end of the movie, this is another quote from P.T. Barnum. He said, the noblest art is that of making others happy. No one ever made a difference by being like anybody else. No one ever made a difference by being like anyone else. And our noblest art is to be someone who makes others happy. I looked deeply into that statement and think to myself that one of the greatest things that we've learned here spiritually, scientifically, and how it is that our demonstration of living our art, this noble art of being honest and aligned with our truth, is a permission giver to every human being who has a blessing of being in your environment. What we know is that there's a contagion that happens when someone witnesses hope, when someone sees something beautiful, when someone sees someone authentically living the art that is within them. And when they do, we can't help but want to emulate and bring that out in ourselves. You are a healer because people will emulate you, living up to this degree, to this demonstration, and this absolute expression of your truth of who you are. So with that, the noblest art is that of making others happy. Consider the way that you live and lead from your heart, and allow your sacred knowing, the vocation of your spirit, to be fully made demonstrated for the world to see. Thank you, P.T. Barnum. And thank you for living with your heart and your love out loud. Much love, every blessing. Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.